In this video, I want to talk to you really quick about the importance of photography on your website. I really think that photography on your website is so important because, well, we can design a site with colors and white space and a good navigation. While we can do all of that and do our best at doing that, the photography that goes on your site is just it just gives it a whole new feel. It gives it a professional look. It gives it a whole new vibe to it. It does so much for your website that I really think it's important. So whatever you're selling, whatever you're trying to convey, whatever your website is about, take some time to take some high quality images, especially with today's trends of full screen images and videos and different things. It's going to add to the quality and the impression that all of your website visitors get when they come to your site. So let's talk about some basics of photography. I would start with a DSLR camera. Okay, if you have access to a DSLR, there's all kinds out there. Okay, but a good DSLR camera is going to give you some high quality images. High quality enough for a website, let's put it that way. Don't be using your phone or an iPad or something like that, okay? While they can take some good images, we need some pixel depth. We need something, room to move a little bit. So if we, want to edit that picture or size it down, size it up, we have something to work with, okay? So a DSLR is going to do that for us, okay? If you're doing flash photography, get some flash gear. There's some really affordable flash gear out there, and we have some recommendations for that if you want to get into that space a little bit. But having the equipment to take some nice pictures is going to go a long ways. So whether it's product photography, whether it's images for staff, whether it's images for your locations, the list could go on. Okay, really, images are going to be very vital to your website. Okay, so there are some basics that I think you could probably pay attention to. And so in addition to the DSLR, like I said, there's all kinds out there, but let's talk about flash photography gear, because I think of everything that you could possibly do with photography, that's going to be one of them, is flash, adding flash into your pictures. Okay, so this is a transceiver. Okay, it's a transmitter and a receiver all in one. This is a Yongnuo brand. This is a flash controller. This triggers our flash off our camera. Okay, I like this one specifically because here on the back I have a display, and this display allows me to control the flash power of all my off-camera flashes. Okay, so here is my speed light. Okay, this is my speed light. This is the same brand as my transceiver here, okay? And I can have this on a stand off to the side somewhere, and I can control the power from here, which is so nice, okay? This speed light in particular has a built-in transceiver as well. So I don't need to buy an additional, let's see if I don't have one here, but I have a piece that attaches to the bottom here that would then trigger it if it didn't have a built-in transceiver, okay? If I have to attach on a transceiver to this, these settings don't count. This doesn't care, it doesn't know how to communicate any of that, okay? So if you buy specifically, this is the YN560TX Yongnuo transceiver. This is the Yongnuo YN564 speed light, okay? These two together work awesome. These are so nice, and they're going to work on newer cameras. So if you're one of those hip guys that like mirrorless cameras, this set's going to work for you, okay? But now, once we have our speed lights, we have our setup to work with our DSLR, we need a way to modify that light, okay? So some of that, this is a flash bender, okay? Has a diffusing panel, which is this front piece here, and then our panel on the back side. Okay, it's a flash bender because it bends and it holds its shape. Okay, this is really nice. This is great for product photography. Okay, and the way that works with our speed light is You just kind of stick it up in the center there and then strap it on. Okay, so I can do product photography. This diffuses the light, so this keeps the shadows from being harsh, and I can kind of bend it around. I can shape it just a little bit to wrap around the product, especially for really small stuff. This works so good. Okay, but if we're not doing product photography, but rather we're doing staff photos, okay, there's a couple other things that we're going to need. Okay, a shoot-through umbrella. Okay, these are so cheap. Okay, if you're new to flash photography, this is a must-have in your tool bag. Okay, this is a white shoot-through umbrella, and this is, you always have to have one of these, is a stand to go with it. Okay, so the speed light will attach here at the top. The umbrella goes through here. It's clamped down here in the center, and then you just expand out your umbrella that way. Okay, so with that, you now have off-camera flash, and you can take some great well-lit photos of products and people to enhance the quality of your website. Now, if your pictures aren't anything that would involve flash, so maybe the picture of a building or landscape, I mean, really anything that doesn't need a flash, okay, your DSLR is going to be great. So then I would probably say invest some money into a lens that's appropriate for these types of pictures that you need to take. So for example, an appropriate lens for, say, a building, or if you're doing real estate photography or anything like that, a wide angle lens is probably something you should invest in, so that in a single shot you can get more of that scene, as opposed to maybe like taking a panorama of something and stitching all those pictures together. Okay, so invest in a lens if you don't need flash photography. But typically, a kit lens, anything that comes out of the box with your DSLR, if you buy at Costco, perfect, that's all you need. Okay, so these are basics of photography for your website. So hopefully this helps. If you have any questions at all, I can definitely direct you, and I'll include some videos here in our client resources page on the basics of actually taking pictures. Okay, so if you have questions, let me know. I'm happy to help you out with your photography needs and help you get better pictures for your website. Thanks.